All right, let's inhale, please, slowly. Let's inhale and stretch, please, the time of inhalation. So focus, please. Focus on the sounds, and echoes of your existence. Focus on your breath and breathing, and as you inhale, stretch the time of inhalation. So take your time and expand the chest, the diaphragm. Give your precious hearts more room. Inhaling slowly and think of your heart. Just stay with the rhythm of your heart. Maybe you can hear her. It's a she. It's a wonderful major she collective consciousness. Maybe you can hear her, or maybe you just feel her. Either way, think of the sounds and echoes of your own breath. Think of your heart, this wonderful major she collective consciousness, and in your own native language, just ask her to slow down. Slow down. Slow down, dear one. Thank your hearts, please. You may say, thank you, dear one, radiant one. Won't you please rest and slow down? We are safe, in good hands, protected, provided, and we always will be. So inhale, please, slowly. Expand the chest, the diaphragm, and please raise the muscles of the abdomen. We call this kind of breathing Shafaw breathing, even though you might have been doing it yourself. So inhale, please. Expand the chest, the diaphragm. Give your precious heart more room. Raise the muscles of the abdomen. Think of your favorite smell of freshness, hopefully being at your favorite part of the nature, sunbathing. And as soon as you start to thinking of the smell of freshness, the ancient brain of yours rests. Another name for the ancient brain is the limbic brain. The limbic brain contains the hypothalamus gland and the pituitary gland. So inhaling slowly, thinking of the smell of freshness, bringing back to life tens and millions of cell receptors at the base of your nose, right under your third eye, your projectile of creativity. Think of the smell of freshness, and as soon as you start to think it, all these cells that have been almost totally useless come back to life again, strategically located under your third eye. The sense of the smell is governed by the ancient brain, so as soon as you take initiative to think of your favorite smell of freshness, the ancient brain of yours rests. The ancient brain is the seat of the subconscious mind. The ancient brain rests. The subconscious mind has nothing at all to broadcast through the loudspeakers of the mind. It rests as well. All the implied messages of threat, mostly primordial, coming from way back, from the beginning of time, slow down and come to a halt as well. Breathing slowly, thinking of the smell of freshness, your favorite, and the ancient brain of yours rests. Part of the ancient brain, the pituitary gland, is in charge of 6 major organs. So when the pituitary gland rests, when it balances, it starts to send signals, like a heavenly beacon, like a heavenly lighthouse. And 6 major organs start to benefit. Inhaling slowly, thinking of the smell of freshness, And as you're thinking of the smell of freshness, remind yourself that the ancient brain of yours is in charge of the sense of smell. So you're dictating what you want to think. It's going to be part of your selective thinking process. Inhaling slowly, and please agree right now, right here, that you're going to have selective thoughts. When you're engaged in your selective thinking process, you stop attending to some of the thoughts, some of which have caused the reason that you've come down with some disharmonies in the past, and right now here. Some very serious, some not serious, just annoying. But those thoughts, you stop attending as soon as you think of the smell of freshness, the sounds, and echoes of your existence, your breath and breathing, the sound of your heart. As soon as you think of the smell of freshness, the center of energy pointing at the space between the anus and pubic area starts to balance. That center of energy is responsible for maintenance and management and survivor issues. It's responsible for maintenance and management of the survivor issues. That center of energy starts to balance too, just because you're thinking, recalling, trying to manifest the smell of freshness, yours. The center of energy pointing at the space between the anus and pubic area, pointing at the perineum area, is also in charge of the adrenal glands. So the adrenal glands start to balance, start to produce enough of chemical messengers that allow your brain to produce the famous hormone serotonin, responsible for contentment, happiness. Without serotonin, regardless of how wonderful life can be, you can't possibly be happy. All these just because you're thinking, recalling, remembering the smell of freshness, your favorite. Inhale such that you could wish you have had lungs 1,000 capacity each. Inhaling slowly, chest, the diaphragm, giving your precious heart more room, thinking of the smell of freshness, and with one breath, inviting that particular smell of freshness. All these 6 major organs and all these centers of energies start to balance. The subconscious mind starts to rest. The ancient brain stops the chattering mind. You can experience, maybe for a few breaths or for a few minutes, wholesome again, just because you're thinking, recalling that particular smell of freshness. And the moment, the day that from the comfort of your home, windows shut, doors closed, you actually smell that particular smell of freshness, you're forever changed. You'll find out that it's so easy to transcend and ascend above and beyond all these planes of realities that have been hurting you. At any given breath, you can maintain the integrity, you can start and maintain the integrity of this very simple process. Being in charge of your thoughts, start to think selectively, and start fresh. Peaceful and kind. Peaceful and kind. Take it very seriously, please. That particular smell of freshness. Your favorite. Rest, please, consciously, in resonance, in conscious awareness of the sounds and echoes of your own breath, in resonance and in touch with your heart. This wonderful major She collective consciousness that any and all frequencies that enter inside the wholesome you, good or bad, they have to go through this echo chamber of love, the heart. Even the thoughts that you are processing, before you are able to process, must go through the heart. Anytime fear comes, stop. Turn your face. Think of the smell of freshness. Think of your heart, knowing that you just saved your heart a grieving thought, fearful thought. Think of the smell of freshness very often, wherever you are. Let's start this way. Stepping aside from all these harmonies and just focus on the smell of freshness, the most important aspect of your life, the breath and breathing. Think of your heart and make it a practice. The smell of freshness, like the breath of heavens. Nowadays, the breath of heavens, the plant, is blossoming big time in Northern California, where we are. The breath of heavens, that particular smell of freshness. And rest.